teams on the line. Only one of these teams can advance, and the other's season will come to an end tonight. It's just a matter of who can best the other team and move on. Hello everybody, welcome into the YouTube TV Network studios, and we're ready to go here from Houston. The Texans to get to this game, playoff wins over the New York Jets and Kansas City. Baltimore to get here, playoff wins over, what was it? I know their last opponent was Jacksonville, but it was the first playoff win came over. So playoff wins over Buffalo and Jacksonville to punch their ticket here into the AFC Championship game. And we are ready to go, like I said. And these two teams have been preparing for this moment, and only one of them will go to the national championship. Here we go. So playoff wins over the New York Jets, Kansas City for the Texans, playoff wins over Buffalo and Jacksonville for the Ravens, and we are underway. All the divisional games went into overtime. Kyle Allen and the Ravens were able to best out Jacksonville in overtime, defeating them 40-34. And the Texans beat Kansas City 59-53. And that was a pretty solid performance from Dak Prescott, especially the performance in New York against the Jets in the wild card round. Allen to throw, starting off with a throw to Dez Bryant over the middle, and that is a gain of 30. 11-yard run after catch for Dez Bryant.
A gain of 30.
And later tonight, after GTA 5 On Patrol Live, we will find out who the opponent of the winner of this game for the championship game will be. But first, we got to determine the winner of this game to determine who goes to the national championship. Allen hands off to Dobbins. Dobbins is dropped. 3rd down and 8. You started off with a big play. You want to get into field goal range here, at least, if you can't get the first down. And a throw to Dobbins. He has the first down. And what a hit. After Lamar and Justin Tucker were traded to the Eagles, Kyle Allen felt comfortable taking over. And he did a good job leading the Ravens to a 6-3-1 record, as that's incomplete, as it's deflected in the end zone. Handed off to Dobbins. 2 rushes for 8 yards for Dobbins so far. That's a gain of 4. 3rd down and 4.
A gain of 6 yards.
Oh, it's a gain of 6, excuse us. So 3rd down and 4. Allen, time to throw. Delivers a pass. It is caught by Snead.
Allen's pass complete to Willie Snead.
Inside the 5-yard line. And Allen and the Ravens have started off the right way so far. Allen to throw, touchdown. Mark Andrews with the touchdown reception. And Baltimore will take a 6-0 lead pending the extra point. Here's Jake Elliott, and A nice job by him. And that is, wow, almost blocked. Instead, it is good. So Baltimore takes a 7-0 lead here on the road in Houston.
Texans nothing.
And what a way to start for Baltimore.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Dak Prescott ready to go to work. Pending the return by Kuti. Kuti with a nice return there. And Dak Prescott ready to go to work. Well, we got to edit the depth chart first.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
So here's Houston 1st and 10 at their own 40. Prescott would love nothing more than in his first season to advance to the national championship game. He spent his last season, 2019, on the Cowboys. Couldn't make anything happen that season. And the past 2 seasons he spent on the Bills. Couldn't make anything happen there. As that's a nice catch and run over the middle by Will Fuller. The NFC Championship will be the Detroit Lions versus the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. And that will come on after GTA 5 on Patrol Live. Dak rolling out to avoid the rush. And what a catch and hit by Cooks. Cooks with a nice catch there. The Texans into field goal range. But you know they don't want a field goal. You don't want to play, or you don't want a field goal in a playoff game unless if it's going to help you. If they get to 4th down, then I would go for the field goal. But you don't want that. You want to get the 1st down and match the touchdown that your opponent scored. And what a catch there. Randall Cobb, the former Green Bay Packer.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Prescott to throw over the middle, caught by Cooks, and he stopped a yard shy of the 1st. 2nd and inches.
4 yards. Complete to Brandon Cooks. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
When in doubt, send it to your halfback who dropped it. Duke Johnson would have had the 1st down. Instead, it's 3rd down and inches.
It's now 3rd down.
Prescott to throw, pass incomplete. So you could kick a 22-yard field goal, but it looks like the offense is staying out there. Oh, Prescott might be doing what he did a couple of times against Kansas City last week. He is, and he's stopped. He tried the QB sneak, and he got stopped. So it will be 1st and 10, Baltimore on their own 5. Here's Allen. Wide open is Snead. Pass is caught. Stop 5 yards shy of a 1st.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
Allen steps out, almost throwing a pick. 3rd down and 5. Allen to throw. Back the other way, deflected and incomplete. And I would imagine this is going to be a punt for Baltimore, and it is. So Koch on the punt. And that one is away to Kuti. So Dak Prescott attempts a QB sneak. Doesn't get there. Nice stop by the defense. The Ravens take over on downs at their own 5, get about 5 yards out to the 10. And back-to-back incomplete passes. Brings up a 4th and 5, and they punt it away. And that's intercepted! Dak Prescott with the interception. It will be 1st and 10, Baltimore at the opponent 38. Picked off by Queen. Baltimore is getting off to a good start. They get a touchdown on their first drive, force a turnover on downs, then force an interception, almost throwing one themselves. This is the AFC Championship game. You got to put pressure on your opponents. Allen's going to air it to the end zone. Pass, incomplete, flag on the play. That's going to be defensive PI. That moves it to the 1. Or actually the 18. No, the opponent 4. Allen to throw. Going to fire to the right side of the field, and that's intercepted. The Texans take it right back how they gave it away. I would imagine Prescott's going to hand it off here. He is to the fullback. The fullback with a nice run to the 13 there.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Prescott to throw. Has to get rid of it. Incomplete. 3rd down and 1.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Duke Johnson with the first down. The drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Plenty of time to throw it. Launching it downfield. Pass is intercepted. Dak Prescott has just thrown his 2nd interception of the game. And Allen's going to get sacked. Back at his own 45. So 2nd and 20. Allen to throw, deflected, incomplete.
Allen on the keeper. Intended for Dez Bryant. Incomplete.
3rd down and 20, incomplete.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete.
And it's another punt for the Ravens. And the Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23. And Prescott threw what would have been an absolute dime downfield last time. And it was intercepted, throwing another dime downfield this time, and the pass is caught. Will Fuller at the opponent 20. Big play there. And the Texans needed that one. And still 42 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Prescott over the middle. Almost intercepted again.
Intended for Brandon Cooks. Incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Reed.
Prescott on the throw. Passes incomplete.
Prescott's pass. Intended for Darren.
3rd down and 10.
Incomplete.
So they might be able to escape the quarter with a field goal. Going for Will Fuller. And he gets a touchdown for the Texans. Fuller with a big play. Actually, 2 big plays, one of them resulting in a touchdown. And with 27 seconds to go in the first, the Texans get on the board. And they tie it up at 7 after a stressful first quarter for them. It's kind of been a first quarter to forget for Kyle Allen, too. I mean, he threw 1 touchdown and then struggled the rest of the way.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard.
But this is the pressure of an AFC championship game, conference championship game. You know it's on the line. If you don't win this game, you don't advance to the championship game. Ball came out. And the Ravens jumped on it. Yes, they did, but it's going to be a loss of a bunch of yards. And that brings the quarter to an end. So after one, we're all tied at 7 here in Houston in the AFC Championship game. This is the NFL on YouTube TV Network. Welcome back to the NFL on YouTube TV Network. The Ravens face a 2nd and 23 after the ball came out and was recovered by the Ravens. Back into his own end zone, firing, almost intercepted. Kyle Allen, this is his first chance he's got. Lamar Jackson had been here from 2019 to last season, and this is the first chance Kyle Allen's got. But Mark Andrews over the middle, did he get the first? No, it's going to be 4th down and 1. And looks like Baltimore's going to try to go for it. A little early in the game, but it does not hurt to try to go for it. If Mark Andrews would get out of the way, it would work, but no. So the Ravens force a turnover on downs on the Texans, and the Texans force a turnover on downs on the Ravens. Texans have the ball in excellent field position to start the next drive. Over the middle. And the Texans might be able to go ahead farther in this game. Prescott on the keeper, touchdown. A rushing touchdown for Dak Prescott, and Houston takes the lead. And both these teams, obviously, like I'm saying, they're trying to win this game because they want to make that trip to Santa Clara, California next weekend for National Championship 4. Which begins at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And returns it to his own 18.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Allen to throw. Fires, passes caught by Snead.
Allen's pass complete to Willie Snead. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
Allen throwing it as he's hit, and incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Dobbins is stopped at the 34. So 3rd down and 9. And I would imagine if you don't get it, you punt it away, based off of what happened last time. And he made the catch. No, he didn't. He dropped it. Koch on to punt. Kuti to return. And the Texans got to be feeling good right now. Hurdles one. Tries to spin around another one and is stopped at his own 39.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Prescott to fire downfield. Passes. Hold in. Another dime down the field, this time to Cobb.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Prescott over the middle, fires, pass is caught at the 5.
Prescott's pass complete to Brandon Cooks. It's a gain of 5.
And you can see Kyle Allen on the sideline just
At the Ravens,
like, guys, come on. I mean, it stalled out on the last possession. Oh, that's caught, though, by Fells, the tight end. He can't quite get into the end zone, but he gets down to the 1. But he's like, guys, come on now. Get the ball back so we can try to tie this up, because it's possibility they're going to go down 2 touchdowns here. To the halfback, into the end zone, touchdown Texans. And it was obvious. They were going to go down 2 touchdowns here, but Johnson with another reception touchdown during the playoffs. He had a bunch last week at Kansas City. In fact, he didn't have any rushing yards till the 4th quarter in that game. So 21-7, Texans lead it. And for right now, it looks as if though the Texans are going to go to the championship game, but keep in mind, still early. Just because they're ahead now does not mean that they will advance. They could lose as Dunway returns it to his own 21 before he stopped. Allen to throw. And a throw to his halfback Dobbins, who tries to spin out of the tackle but can't after a gain of 3.
Complete to J.K. Dobbins. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Allen finds a wide open receiver who can't make the catch. Mark Andrews. That would have got them at least closer. Allen. And his offensive line does not seem to be there as that's intercepted. Conley with the pick.
Intercepted. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Here's Prescott. Oh, a slant the other way, and give us a sec. All right. Sorry if you can hear breathing. I'm like, by the way, this mic is pretty bad for like blocking the breathing noises at least. All right, here's Prescott looking for his halfback, and he's got the 1st down. That's Duke Johnson, and they're about 3 yards shy of being in the field goal range again. And the Texans, they had a bunch of fumbles last week. And just has to throw that one to a dead ball. They had a bunch of fumbles last week despite their win. And their offensive coordinator, including their special teams coordinator, and all the coordinators had to talk with their team about fumbles and how they have to not give so many up, as Johnson and hit before he could get into the end zone down at the 3. A 31-yard run after catch. But they talked about how they cannot afford to give up the ball in the conference championship, and they definitely can't afford to do it if they make the championship game. And right now it looks as if though they are going to make that championship game. Look at how they're playing. To Fells, touchdown. So Fairbairn on for the extra point. Oh, it's going to be a fake. And no good. They tried a fake for the 2-point conversion, and it is 27-7. the Ravens are trying to find that team that scored first, because they were the first to score in this game, and they just went right down the field, too. Kyle Allen did a nice job on that first possession, and ever since then, he struggled a little bit. Allen keeps it himself and loses 2 yards. Doesn't gain any. Fires to Dobbins. Oh, that's actually going to make third down a little more reasonable. Third down and 5. Approaching the 2-minute warning. Over the middle. Snead with the catch. That should bring us to the 2-minute warning, and it will. So the Ravens are getting steamrolled here at the 2-minute warning in the first half, 27-7. And now we're going to continue on here. Here's Kyle Allen under pressure, and he's going to go down. Second down and 19. Incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd and 19.
Let's hear it, Texans fans, because it's 3rd down.
Allen to throw. Des Bryant can't make the catch. 4th down and 19. Tipped, incomplete. And the Texans have it in excellent field position.
Incomplete. Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Prescott. Oh, ball came out. The Texans are on it, but that's a loss of yards.
Allen sacked. A fumble on the play.
So the ball came out, and that's a loss of quite a few yards there. 2nd and 27, and that is picked.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
So Dak throws another interception in this game, and might get a lecture there at half. Andrews turns around and makes the catch. At this point, you got to use a timeout. If I was the Ravens, I would just try to get this thing into field goal range, kick a field goal going in the half, and then try to make something happen coming out of the locker room in the second half. I don't think I'd do anything quite silly yet. And that is caught. So they are in field goal range. They use another timeout here. Obviously, they're going to try to get on the board with another touchdown. Allen, and you cannot leave his receivers open like that.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Oh! And they should have used their final timeout and don't.
The score, Texans 27, Ravens 7.
So they did not use their final timeout before half, and well, this is not good. They have to give the football to the Texans as the second half is underway. Here's Kuti, and trucked at his own 33. So Dak throws the interception, and nice completions by Kyle Allen before half. They should have used the timeout with 19 seconds to go. Instead, they think they have enough time, and the clock runs to triple zeros. And instead of getting a field goal, they get nothing. Prescott to throw to Will Fuller, and he is gone. Still not in, and now in for the touchdown. They might look at that, though. 33-7, and they're going to go for 2, and it looks like the refs have no interest in looking at that. And the 2-point conversion is good, so 35-7.
Makes the score Texans 35, Ravens 7.
And we'll have to see if Kyle Allen's up for the contest now to try to get his team back down the field how he did before half. Good news for Kyle is he doesn't have to use timeouts now. His team can simply go down the field, and how about that catch? And he stayed in bounds and got it to the 47. That's Snead. Throws out of the sack. Nice play there. And Boykin with a first down. This point, I would say touchdown. You're in the third quarter. You need a touchdown. And you got to jump up for the ball, Dez. That actually used to be Dak Prescott's teammate. Second and 10, over the middle. Mark Andrews didn't even try. This might be a field goal attempt. Third down and 10. And the field goal attempt is at least shorter. So on 4th and 8, Jake Elliott will come out and attempt a 50-yard field goal to make it 35-10, hopefully. And he does.
The kick is good. Makes the score Texans.
So in a game where the Texans are kind of steamrolling the Ravens add 3 more to their score, and then it's now 35-10, but they got to get a bunch of stops here to try to make a comeback in this one. And they cannot give up either. It seemed like in the first half they just gave up and was letting Houston score like no other. And that is caught, and yep, that is exactly what they cannot afford to do. You cannot let a receiver catch and run extra yards. And you should not let them get past the orange line either, which marks the first down. And there's his other, David Johnson, who hasn't had a touch, and his first one is actually for -1 yard.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. Prescott gonna let it fly deep downfield, and that pass is gonna be incomplete. And I don't blame Dak for making these big plays downfield. You gotta do what you gotta do. Pass is caught, and nice job. 4th and 3 from the 42. It'll be about a 59-yard try. Can Fairbairn do it? He's on for the try. And that would be a nice stop by the Ravens if they don't get it, and not even close. So good stop by the Ravens. The Texans get none, and Baltimore gets the ball back, 1st and 10 from their own 49, so a yard shy of midfield. And Mark Andrews starts off with a drop.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throws out of the sack and throws to Dobbins for a gain of a few. 3rd down and 5. Andrews makes the catch. And into field goal range he goes. But at this point, you're almost to the fourth. You have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third. I don't think you want to do anything except a touchdown. You don't want to score anything except for a touchdown, but that also does not mean you shouldn't attempt it if you have a chance to. Allen, open receiver over the middle. Snead, he can't spin around him, but he gets inside the 5. Oh, they're going to try to save some of those timeouts, too. Smart move. Save the 3 timeouts. Make it 2nd and goal from the 4. And stop the clock. And there it is. Touchdown, Willie Snead. Here's Elliott on for the point after. Can the Ravens make a comeback? It's 35-17. They need about 3 touchdowns to take the lead. And it has to be touchdowns. However, though, if they're going to make a comeback in this game, they got to stop Houston. And he stopped at his own 21-yard line on the return. I gotta say, them not letting Dak throw it deep at all, that was good on that last drive. However, you can't let the runner get around you that far. And that was a touchdown-saving tackle because nobody else was around. I mean, look at that. Good. I mean, yeah. The other 2 probably would have got him, but... Oh, he takes it out of bounds at midfield. 2nd and 8. Prescott decides to send it over the middle. That is caught inside the 15. So if you can hold them to a field goal, if you're Baltimore, you can try to make a push to make a comeback in this game. And in a late game scenario, send it to overtime. And Campbell, number 93 for Baltimore, injured on the play there. But if you're gonna hold them to a field goal, you gotta keep them out of the end zone. That's intercepted. That is one way to do it. And we thought he was going all the way, but that's a big play for Baltimore's defense. And another touchdown here would help them in the 4th because it would put them down by 2 scores. Dez, end zone touchdown. He absolutely mossed those 2 defenders for the touchdown.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
And now it is just a 2-scored Houston lead. The Texans are kind of blowing it here.
Texans 35, Ravens 24.
Another score will put the Ravens in the 30s with the Texans. Kuti, and he stopped at his own 24-yard line on the return.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And that is caught by Will Fuller. And he stopped about 3 yards shy of a first.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Prescott gonna launch it deep downfield. Still not afraid to, and that is picked. Very nice defensive play by Baltimore. And we're seeing a new Baltimore Ravens team. Allen to throw. Incomplete.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
And nice catch there by Snead. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Allen to Dez Bryant. And Dez gets it to the 5 before he stopped.
Allen's pass complete to Dez Bryant. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
And in a game where the Baltimore Ravens were getting absolutely annihilated, they score a field goal and so far 2 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter. And that's almost picked. Intended for Mark Andrews.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Kyle Allen, if he brings the Ravens back, wins them this game, and makes them advance to the national championship, he will be the man everybody loves, as that went nowhere except backwards. 3rd down and goal. And you really don't want a field goal on this one, because it would still put you down. Either way, they're still going to be down, but oh, that's incomplete as time expires in the 3rd. So 3 scores for the Ravens, only 1 for the Texans in the 3rd. And here we go in the 4th and final quarter, and it's going to start with a field goal attempt by Jake Elliott. So this from 28 yards out to make it 35-27. Yes.
The kick is good. Makes the score Texans 35, Ravens 27.
And the Ravens could score another touchdown and kick another field goal to win it, or they could score 2 touchdowns to win it. The Texans, on the other hand, might want to start pulling back out in front now that the Ravens have scored all these unanswered points. 3 scores for the Ravens in the 3rd quarter. It was 35-7 in the 3rd quarter after the Ravens didn't use their time wisely. And the first one, that is picked. They didn't use their time wisely in the first half. In the 2nd quarter, they had 19 seconds after they just completed the pass over the middle. They decided to try to rush it into the end zone. Time expired. We went on to the 3rd. Texans score a touchdown and 2-point conversion, make it 35-7. Then it was a field goal by the Ravens, a 3-and-out by the Texans, gave the Ravens another touchdown, and then a pick gave the Ravens a touchdown. And that is how it happened. And there's another interception here after the Ravens just kicked a field goal as a result of the last pick, and it starts with a sack. We spoke with the Texans coach after the 3rd quarter, and he said if we cannot do it on offense, we can do it on defense. We can hold them to 27 points. And that's going to be probably interference on the defense, so that will be an automatic 1st down. And it is. So 1st down on the opponent 12. And that is not what Houston wanted. And Dak is shocked. He's throwing all these interceptions, and Allen's lucky he didn't get intentional grounding called on him there, because he just threw it at the ground after running. And it was clearly a forward pass. And they're down to 9, and the only way you can make a comeback happen here is if you score a touchdown. All they need is 1 extra point than the Texans to beat them. Dobbins, he can't get the 1st down, and I think they know that, so I think they're going to go for it here. The Ravens, they defeated the 5-5 Buffalo Bills. The AFC did so poorly this year that a 5-5 team made the playoffs, and that was the Buffalo Bills. And then the Ravens defeated them, moved on to play the Jaguars, who beat the Steelers, as that's incomplete on 4th and 3. They defeated them, and then Texans defeated Kansas City and the New York Jets to come here, and they lead at 35-27. However, based off the way they've been playing since the third quarter, this isn't a team that beat their opponents by a bunch. And here's an escape finally out to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Prescott looking, launches it to the right side of the field, and that's going to be on the defense. So a 7:20 in the fourth. The Texans need to score to put this game away. Wide open receiver, dime downfield, one-hand catch. By Cooks. Big play there. Hands it off to Johnson, and almost had a rushing touchdown. Well, if the Ravens can't keep him out of the end zone here, this might be their season. And that is picked again by Queen. And he decides to step out of bounds at the opponent 39. Patrick Queen steals his second interception. That is crazy. The Texans are not playing good at all. Allen's going to keep it himself, and Bryant could help out his quarterback there. Not sure where he was going. Allen's only running for his life, and Des Bryant's just like, nope. A touchdown and two-point conversion will tie it up. We'll see what they want to go for. I think the two-point conversion would be smart, but you got to convert. Otherwise, you got to get the ball back, and you could kick a chip shot field goal to win it. If it came down to that. But you got to get your hands on the ball before the defense do. You got to run for the ball. Allen to throw. Touchdown. Des Bryant, his second of the game.
Baltimore.
That was a nice thrown ball, and tackled him in the end zone. And they are going to go for two here. You got to convert. Incomplete, no good.
Keeps the score. Texans 35, Ravens 33.
And the Texans know what they got to do. They got to score. Rather it's a field goal or a touchdown. Prescott still throwing deep. And almost caught. Injury timeout for Houston, though. The Ravens have, what a comeback. I mean, this would be a great comeback if they can somehow make it happen against the Texans on the road. But, I mean, what a game from the Texans. They were beating them 35-7 in the third, and that is actually the last time the Texans have scored. Going downfield, and that is picked off again. And that could be how Prescott's season ends. I think the Texans will be relieved when this game is over. But they're going to look at it and they're going to be like, Dak, how do you throw that many interceptions? Even if they do win this game still and move on to the championship game, the week before the championship game, they're going to be like, Dak, how do you throw that many interceptions in a game you were winning 35-7?
Second and 4 at the 43-yard line.
And if they lose, Dak's going to have a long offseason. However, the coach has said, regardless of what happens this season, he is interested in keeping Dak around. And that's a nice catch by Snead. He's still on his feet inside the 30. And that was also said by Buffalo, but Dak chose to leave Buffalo. And the Texans decided to pick him up. They offered for him. Buffalo agreed. And that is intercepted by the Texans now. Tried to get it to Boykin. 8 interceptions for the Texans, though. Only 3 for the Ravens. And you would think the Ravens were winning this ball game. Well, they got to get a quick stop here on the Texans. They still have all 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning. The Texans are going to have the ball at the 2-minute warning, but you could get a stop. That's incomplete. 3rd down and 3. Here's Dak. Incomplete on 3rd and 3. And instead of punting the ball away, they are going to go for it. Oh, Dak takes the safety. So that might have been planned. That might have been planned for Dak to take the safety. Anger on the punt, so that gives Baltimore 2 points. However, you gotta stop him. And he laterals it to Dunavay. And Dunavay returns it to his own 48. So they take the safety, and then hopefully they can get the ball back. But Allen's looking to throw this deep, man. He sends it, and there's an open receiver. And he makes the catch at the 2-minute warning. And if Dak taking the safety ends their season, that's going to be a long off season for Dak. Well, you also got to think, too, that Kyle Allen is just going to probably run the football and then take the field goal to try to walk it off. And that's not going to work out too well, and we knew it. Open receiver. There's Mark Andrews. And on 4th and 2, they could take the field goal, but it looks like the offense is going to stay out there, and will this cost them? If Houston can come up with a stop, this will be big. And they do get the stop. 56 seconds, 3 timeouts from their own 7-yard line. Will Houston let it go to overtime? Or will they try to take this down the field and end it? That was almost an interception. That would have been his 9th of the ball game. And Fairbairn's just like, get it in the field goal range. I can take care of business from there. Letting it fly, knocked away. And I think this time, if you don't get it, you punt. That would be the only smart thing to do.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Throws out of the sack, throws an interception. And a touchdown saving tackle.
Intercepted by the Ravens. Sets up 1st down and goal at the 1-yard line.
And they're going to attempt to throw it in. But not before that happens. Kyle Allen gets sacked. Allen to Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins on the carry for Baltimore.
And 1 second to go. Will they go for the field goal? Elliott and the Ravens are going to win it. Oh! The Ravens are going to win it anyway! With the last second touchdown!
Touchdown, Baltimore.
They could have just went for the field goal, and the Texans season is over.
Texans 35.
It is over for the Houston Texans. After a playoff win over the Jets and Kansas City, Texans fall to the Ravens here at home in the AFC Championship game, and Kyle Allen overcomes a 35-7 deficit and wins the AFC Championship game. What a comeback. And I would imagine that Dak is going to get an earful for this one. But they are interested in keeping Dak around. So he will get an earful for that. But Kyle Allen, how about that? Overcomes a 35-7 deficit and wins on the road. And his team will advance and make their first ever appearance in the national championship game. Everybody was wondering if we would see a Week 1 rematch, which the Lions played the Texans and beat them 48-38 in Week 1. And everybody was wondering if we would see the Lions and Texans in the national championship. That's not going to happen this season, as they get beat 41-35 at home. And before we conclude coverage here, let's talk about Houston's season. So they go 7-2-1 during the regular season. They defeat the Jets in the wild card round. They defeat them 49-39. They go into the divisional round. They defeat the Chiefs 59-53 in overtime. And here at home, Dak Prescott threw 9 interceptions, which resulted in the L for the Texans. And Kyle Allen, the star of the show, and he is going to be ready for next Saturday night, as his team will travel to Santa Clara, California. And fun fact for you, the Ravens actually played the 49ers. They own, or they play in that stadium, in Levi Stadium. The Ravens played the 49ers in a Super Bowl. Not in that stadium, but so it's not really that significant, but still, it's pretty cool that the Ravens are going to go play in a stadium of a team that they beat in the Super Bowl. And they will play the winner of the NFC Championship game, which will be coming up after GTA 5 On Patrol Live. So stay tuned for that. Until then, good night from Houston.